So I think America is at a tipping point. In other words, they've had it up to here, to say the least. Enough is enough with the rad left, essentially the pimple on the United States' ass right now, especially the two jokers in Minnesota, Frick and Frack. Governor Tim Walz up to his eyeballs, rightfully so, in Somalian fraud. Meanwhile, the mayor, Jacob Fry, I'm sure you remember him, there he is. Still will never forget that sight as he's kissing the casket of George Floyd, and the sight of Minnesota literally burning to the ground, including the starting point, the police station back in the summer of what the rad left called the Summer of Love 2020. This fool is still in charge. He's a provocateur of the worst kind in elective office, with the governor, a double talker, a con man, a valor thief, a fool who handed out tampons to the public schools and essentially little boys. Minnesota has become the armpit and the embarrassment of the United States. MAGA, for the most part, has behaved very well during the Trump triumphs, the ups, downs, and the in-betweens for a decade plus. But I think MAGA's had enough. And I think you're going to see somewhat of an uprising, especially with what went down this week in Minnesota. For all intents and purposes, rad left extreme provocateur agitating law enforcement. Look at the video. This is the latest one that has come out of this woman here. Died 37 years of age after trying to weaponize her SUV and run over law enforcement. Of course, you know the story. Shots were fired, and she was killed instantly. Now, as that story continues to build an uprising, and they're not protesters. They're not protesters by any means. These are paid provocateurs, rioters. For the most part, a lot of them are paid. This is their job, to cause trouble. And I think America has had enough. And I think you're going to start to see the right out there in full support, peacefully, of our law enforcement. You're damn right I am. Thank you, ICE. There's the number right there. As I remember them saying right after 9/11, that saying was frequently floated throughout the New York tri-state area and America. See something, say something, pick up the phone and call their tip line. Now, a victim of the thousands of criminals that poured through the Biden-Harris open borders from 20 to 24 is this young lady here. May she rest in peace. Say her name, Laken Riley. She would have been 24 years young today, but she was killed in a brutal murder by an illegal alien. So ICE has their work to do. America is behind them. Yeah, that meme, it essentially says it all, doesn't it? Breaking, there are 100,000 idiots across the country protesting ICE. I applaud the 364 million and a half who are not. Absolutely. And you know, America sees right through the BS of this minority of provocateurs, troublemakers, as the mainstream media covers everything but the truth. They slant it this way, they slant it that way, but we see right through it. ICE has a job to do. They will prevail, and the support will be there for them. The rad left, their whole song and dance, the shtick, the BS, it's played out. America will not pay the ultimate price. Not by these provocateurs, these troublemakers. It ain't going to happen. Because at the end of the day, there's only one side that's going to prevail. The side that's in favor of justice, the truth, and law and order. And that's the same side that painted the map red will support it and make sure it happens behind the leadership of Donald J. Trump and his team in Washington, D.C. Let liberty and justice for all prevail. America will soon be righted for good, much sooner than later.